Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
Her body was found sprawled in this intersection of a Macomb County subdivision. Tonight, police say it was anything but an accident. Thanks for staying with us tonight. Tonight, police have one person in custody, and it's the surveillance video from nearby homes that captured what really happened.
Our Mara McDonald is live at the Chesterfield Township Police Department. Mara, you've seen some of that video.
Kimberly, I sure have. And you know, when this came into a call to police to 911, it came in as a pedestrian accident. Well, that surveillance video shows that it was something else entirely. We're not identifying that 42-year-old woman found in the middle of Burgess near Hidden Brook until police do, which is likely going to be tomorrow. But when the call came into 911 early Sunday morning, it was reported as a pedestrian accident.
When our firefighters and police officers arrived, they quickly determined that, what they were looking at, they didn't believe that was the situation.
Neighbor surveillance cameras, which we were allowed to see but not record, shows a pickup truck pulling up here and dumping her body into the intersection. It then shows the truck driving over her and driving off. A single man is visible in the video. About 40 minutes later, that pickup truck returns with two men. Police tell us it was a father and son. They both get out, look at the body, and the father calls 911. As the police arrive, the son runs off. Police took both men in for questioning. Tonight, only the son remains in custody. Police say he and the victim were not married, but did live at a nearby home and had a strained relationship.
We anticipate actually arraigning the suspect within the next 24 hours is our hope. We've been working closely with our, the Macomb County Prosecutor's Office.
Back here live tonight, that 42-year-old suspect is at the Macomb County Jail. We are not identifying him because he has not been arraigned yet, but I can tell you this, he has priors, he was out on probation, and Devin, Kimberly, we've done a story on him in the past. We're live in Chesterfield Township tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
More to come on this one. Okay, Mara, thanks.
Now, new developments tonight in the so-called Freedom Convoy that shut down the Ambassador Bridge last week and sparked protests across Canada and, in fact, now the world. In the past 24 hours, traffic has resumed on the bridge, a welcome sight for those watching the economy. Jason Colthorpe, they're live for us tonight. No question, Jason, this shutdown, though, has done some damage.
Oh, tremendous damage, Devin, for sure. And that's why seeing traffic moving again is such a good sight. And it's also why Canada's Prime Minister took extreme measures today to make sure that stays that way. But up the road a little ways at the Blue Water Bridge, things are starting to back up. At the Blue Water Bridge connecting Port Huron and Sarnia, truckers have been waiting for 2 hours to cross into Michigan for much of the day. Protesters began gathering there Saturday after a week that saw traffic at the bridge double because of the Ambassador Bridge closure. While the Ambassador reopened Sunday night and the farmers ended their blockade of Highway 402 this evening, Canada's Prime Minister isn't taking any chances of Freedom Convoy protesters moving back in. Today, Justin Trudeau invoked Canada's Emergencies Act for the first time since it was passed in 1988.
These blockades are illegal, and if you're still participating, the time to go home is now.
$360 million in commerce crosses the Ambassador every day, and shutting that faucet off is having numerous ripple effects.
We learned again just how vital trade between Canada and the United States, particularly between Windsor and Detroit, is to the whole United States and Canadian economy.
An Anderson Economic Group report today estimates huge losses to the auto industry, $145 million in direct wages and $300 million in combined losses on both sides of the border.
When you have $300 million worth of goods going across the border and you interrupt it for a week, guess what? Even a fraction being lost still costs us quite a bit.
Not to mention small businesses and the affiliated businesses with those industries as well. Also, last check at the Blue Water Bridge, traffic has, the backup has been decreasing as the night has gone on. The 11 o'clock update, it was just a 15-minute wait for both cars and commercial vehicles to go both ways there. At the Ambassador Bridge in Detroit, Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
Okay, Jason, thank you. Temperatures dropping into the single digits overnight.
Andrew's here now. We've got both a warm up and some snow in the forecast.
Exactly right. We have temperatures tonight that will fall into the single digits overnight in many places. You can see we have mostly cloudy skies overhead. The flurries that we had earlier when you joined us at 5, 6 o'clock, those have now faded away for the most part. And we have clearing skies down to our south. It's interesting. More heat going out into space, so it's a bit colder farther to our south, with temperatures that are in the low teens for now in places like Adrian, where it's now 13 degrees. It's 16 over at Metro Airport, slightly colder in Monroe at 15. As we see partly to mostly cloudy skies tonight, all of southeast Michigan will see temperatures closer to around 10 degrees or lower overnight. But the flurries are done with. We'll have dry conditions overnight. Keep in mind, wind makes a big difference as well. A wind of just 9 miles per hour, making it feel like 4 if you step outside and your skin is not protected. So layer up once again by the time tomorrow morning rolls around. We'll have overnight lows down to around 70 degrees at the bus stop by tomorrow morning, but winds making it feel a little bit colder. Some wind chills at times, although they'll be light, will make it feel like it's around 0. Now tomorrow remains cold, but the warm-up begins on Wednesday. But how long does it last? We'll talk about that and still some snowflakes in your 7-day forecast coming up.
All right, Andrew, there are some encouraging signs tonight in the state's coronavirus numbers.
5,380 new cases over the past 3 days. That puts us at an average below 2,000 for the first time since September. We've lost another 60 lives to COVID. Meanwhile, DPSCD has become the first district in the state to become an immunization provider. A $100,000 grant from the state health department will create 107 new vaccine sites across the district. Nurses will provide shots to students and families who provide consent.
Our nurses have worked very hard to prepare for this time. We have gone through extensive training to be sure that we are eligible and ready.
With our students being here and our families being here, we just believe we can communicate faster, more efficiently, with a greater degree of trust, and eliminate a lot of the natural barriers that come along with getting a vaccine.
In Detroit, the childhood vaccination rate is at 4%, which is far less than surrounding cities.
An investigation is underway at Detroit's fire department after on-duty firefighters were found at a bar in Melvindale. Police responded to a call Friday night about Detroit's Engine 48 being parked illegally on Allen Road outside Hops and Barley, again on duty. Firefighters said they were having dinner. A police report stated there were no signs of alcohol nor intoxication, but a drug and alcohol test later found the firefighter who drove Engine 48 to Melvindale did have alcohol in his system. A lieutenant's test came back inconclusive.
I'm not going to tolerate that. Like I said before, we got to do what's best for the citizens of Detroit. And if we have a member that's intoxicated while at work, that's not benefiting the citizens of Detroit.
Both of the firefighters have been suspended without pay.
Tonight, we're learning more about those massive pileup crashes on I-696 during snowy weather Sunday. State police say 3 separate crashes on I-696 in Macomb and Oakland counties led up to 160 vehicles involved in pileups. It's a result of yesterday's sudden burst of snow, which caused whiteouts and slippery roads. Crews shut down sections of the freeway in both counties for about 7 hours. No deaths or injuries were reported. They were partying in the UP today, celebrating an historic gold medal victory by Nick Baumgartner.
Baumgartner's a great scene with the dog, the whole deal. Baumgartner returned home to Iron River with a police escort and people lining the sidewalks to cheer him on. The schools even released early today to give all the kids a chance to see their Olympic champion in person. Of course, on Friday night, he made history, winning the debut of mixed team snowboard cross at the games with Lindsey Jacobellis as his partner. He says winning the gold still hasn't quite hit him yet.
I think the more I get around people from my community, the more it's going to hit me. And every time I start thinking about it, I start tearing up. There's little things. I think of my son. I think of my family. I think of everyone. And the tears keep coming. At some point, I'm going to run out of tears. But it's an awesome feeling.
At 40 years of age, Baumgartner is the oldest snowboarder to ever win an Olympic medal, and I'm pretty sure he will never pay for his own beer in the UP again.
I just love it that he brought his dog to the celebration.
Such classic.